It's time for another episode of I Am Northwest Arkansas, the podcast covering the intersection of business, culture, entrepreneurship, and life in general here in the Ozarks. Whether you are considering a move to this area or trying to learn more about the place you call home, we've got something special for you. Here's our host, Randy Wilburn.
Hey folks, and welcome back to another episode of I Am Northwest Arkansas. I'm your host, Randy Wilburn. I'm excited to be with you today. I have a great guest with me, somebody that's actually been on the podcast before. We did a bonus episode back in December of 2023 about Welcoming Week, Northwest Arkansas, with the Northwest Arkansas Council. And I had, at that time, Margot Lemaster and Monica Kumar on, and we had a really great conversation about Welcoming Week. And it was kind of the culmination dialogue about that event, which took place in September of last year. And now it's fast forward, we're almost back at September again. And I'm sitting here in front of Margot and having a chance to talk about Welcoming Week 2024. And so without further ado, I want to welcome Margot Lemaster back to the podcast. You're a twofer. You've been on twice now. So how are you doing?
Thanks, Randy. Oh, I'm doing well for a Monday morning. No, but we're just super excited for Welcoming Week this year and how much it's grown. And thank you so much for having me on. Delighted to be here.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So just for the uninitiated, just tell the audience a little bit about Margot and about, just about your role at the council and before we dig into Welcoming Week.
Sure. Yeah. So I serve as the Executive Director of EngageNWA at the Northwest Arkansas Council. And I've been in this role for about 7 years now. And our work at Engage is really focused on bringing the community together and to create more opportunities to increase our social cohesion and provide learning opportunities, provide opportunities to connect with one another, and to really build a sense of belonging for everyone in the region.
Yeah. And it's a yeoman's task, I have to imagine. I mean, there's so much that goes into that, right? Trying to fit all the pieces together. And I applaud the work that you and your team have been doing, and you've been doing it for quite some time. And as Northwest Arkansas continues to grow, there's an even greater need for cohesion when it comes to bringing people together. So let's kind of dig into this Welcoming Week and talk a little bit about what people can expect and why they should participate in several of the programs that are going to take place.
Yes, absolutely. So we love Welcoming Week for many reasons. And one of them, connected to what I was just saying, is that it provides a very tangible opportunity for the community to get involved in events and experiences that happen throughout Northwest Arkansas, that are happening in very different organizations, very different places. And what we are really focused on with Welcoming Week is bringing together neighbors of all backgrounds. We want to focus on building strong connections and really affirm that Northwest Arkansas is a welcoming and inclusive place. And this is all about achieving collective prosperity. The events that happen throughout the entire month are community-driven events. They look a little bit different every year. It's a collaborative effort. We've been having monthly planning meetings with community partners since May. And we really look to the community and to partner with us and to activate events and experiences that are inclusive, that are low barrier, and open to the community.
Yeah, I really want to encourage folks that are listening to this to check out the website at welcomingweeknwa.org. There is, first of all, it's a really well put together website. It's in multiple languages. And the thing that I really like about this website is that you have everything laid out nice and neat. So you can kind of see what you want to do. There is an amazing Marshallese Cultural Training Program that's taking place on September 4th, which is a big deal because we have a large Marshallese community here in Northwest Arkansas. There's a Welcome Fayetteville event on September 5th, a Jazz Jam Night on September 5th, Ozark Quilt Fair, the Unity Tour. I mean, there's a little bit of everything for everyone. And there's actually an event that I'm going to be participating in, which is the CommsCon Day 1 and Day 2. And I think that's being put on by Cash Create. And they're doing a program to kind of help artists and others better share their story with the world and talk a little bit about storytelling at that event. But that's exciting to see all the things that are happening. How are you able to bring all of these disparate pieces together to work in one unison?
Well, I think one of the things is that this is now the fourth year that we've been uplifting Welcoming Week in Northwest Arkansas. We've been participating, for close to 10 years, but it's really been over the last 4 years that we've leaned in more heavily and have really focused on organizing partners across the region to come together. And as we've seen the popularity and engagement continue to grow over the years, we just got too squeezed to try to fit it all into a week. So that's why when you go to our calendar on our website, you'll see that events are happening throughout the entire month of September. And we did have to bookend it with September, although we would love to expand it beyond that, but we did have to create some parameters there. So now we're really celebrating the entire Welcome Month. And I'd say in addition to just it being year after year, it's 4 years now that we've been, continuing to grow this work. We also this year in 2024 launched our Committee for Belonging and Bridging that's made up of diverse community leaders from across the region. And we've been meeting monthly with that group and working on different initiatives together. But I think what has really helped to expand Welcoming Week this year is all of those partnerships and those relationships that have strengthened and developed through that work. And now they are all, they have all participated in years past, but as more time passes and you're able to really develop deeper relationships and have deeper understanding of work happening across the region, then we were able to see more and more happening and more participation in the month.
Yeah. I mean, as I scroll through this list, and again, I want to encourage everybody that's listening to this to go to welcomingweeknwa.org. There are so many amazing programs, several that I wasn't even aware that you guys were doing. But, it sounds like you said you had to cut it off at some point because you have to figure out, okay, we have to stop some of this and then know that other things will happen in the future. Talk to me a little bit about just the whole concept of belonging here in Northwest Arkansas as this area has grown and you've lived here. Remind me how long you've been here.
Well, I was born and grew up here. I moved here, but then came back as an adult. And so now I've been here for, I don't know, probably close to 20 years, but I'm not doing the math right as an adult.
Yeah, nobody's keeping track. It's fine. But so I've been here for 10 years and I've seen the change. I can only imagine the change that you have seen, and that there was certainly a need for a program like this to come together, Welcoming Week, to really, I'm sure we're going to say bridge the gap a million times, but to bridge the divide or the differences in so many different groups of people that are here in Northwest Arkansas. It seems like, man, it's hard to pull all that together, but you got to start somewhere, right? And I think that's the interesting thing about this. So as we move forward with this and with this program, what is the feedback that you're receiving from people that participated last year? And then what do you think is the anticipation for what will happen this year?
Well, as I was saying earlier, each year looks a little bit different. The fact that it's a community-driven effort. So the events that you're going to see in a year are going to be a little bit different than the year before. But we also use it as an opportunity to lean into our work deeper in ways that we want to do better. So last year, for example, we were really focused on how do we make our work more accessible. And so we had, a keynote speaker at our launch event. And since that time, we've been learning more about accessibility. We've been able to hire a part-time community engagement person on our team who's been helping us do more when it comes to accessibility, including language accessibility. And then, this year we're thinking about how do we engage youth more? So that's one of the things that we're really excited about is our launch event, which is happening on September 13th to coincide with the global effort. So Welcoming Week is a global effort now that was started by Welcoming America, but the official launch is September 13th. So we're sticking with that day for the launch event. And that's going to be a new location this year. In the past, it's been at the Jones Center, but this year it's going to be at Springdale High School. And we're going to have participation from the high school students. And we were just there last week. And, it's this huge school, beautiful school, has a all new main gym, which is where the launch event is going to be. But this, creates an incredible opportunity for us to engage youth. And so those high school students will be participating in the program. They'll be there to hear from community partners, to hear what do people in the region care about when it comes to creating a more welcoming and inclusive place? Like, where are you? When you graduate, we hope you'll choose to stay in Northwest Arkansas and make your career here. And what does that place look like? And what are we doing to welcome you as when you finish high school? But then also, what are all you bringing to contribute to this community? And this is the face of, of the future of Northwest Arkansas are these students. So we're thrilled to have them there. And then the other piece that I'm really excited about is the theme of curiosity. And so we have a special keynote speaker Friday evening, Scott Shigeoka, who is an internationally recognized curiosity expert who's going to be joining us. The event is 6 to 8 p.m. that Friday evening, September 13th, and it's going to be at Thaden School's Performing Arts Auditorium. And he is going to speak. We heard him a few months ago at a conference we were out in California. So he's coming here to talk about his research and curiosity, to talk about his book called Seek, and will actually take us through some exercises of practicing deep curiosity and just really how to bring more curiosity into your life and as a way to bridge with others and to connect more with others around you. So that was a life-changing event for me when I went to hear him speak a few months ago. And I think that his message is going to resonate deeply here in Northwest Arkansas. But if we think about those themes this year, those themes of engaging youth and curiosity, using curiosity as an underlying theme for our work is some of the things that I'm really excited about for this year.
Yeah, that sounds exciting. And again, that event is happening with Scott Shigeoka. Yeah, it's happening. Curiosity as a Bridge for Connection on Friday, September 13th from 6 to 8 p.m. Again, most of these are free events. Is that correct?
Yes. They are mostly all free events. There might be a few, but then that do have a small fee or charge. And we try our best to be able to offer some complimentary tickets to those events because we want all events to be low barrier and free. We want these to be for the community. So don't want that to be a barrier for anyone.
Right. Yeah. And this makes sense. And it looks like you guys are going to be in almost every city in Northwest Arkansas for this event. So, So I really want to encourage folks to come out for this. And it sounds super exciting. I'm definitely going to have to mark a few things on my calendar when the time comes so that I can take part in this. Well, I mean, you guys, like I said, have been doing some amazing work here. And there's some tremendous people that have made this event possible again this year. I didn't know if you wanted to just thank them or highlight what they've been able to do and how they've played a role in this Welcoming Week programming.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we're super grateful to the support from the Northwest Arkansas Council. We are housed within the council, and there's an incredible team there led by Nelson Peacock, who have all been incredibly supportive and engaged in our work. The Engage team. So, for a long time, Engage was just one person. It was just me, since I've been here, but incredibly grateful to have Monica Kumar as a consultant with us, and all that she has brought to this work has just been phenomenal. And then Laura Gutierrez, who's been a community engagement consultant, has also it's been phenomenal just to have an actual team that's doing the work. And that means that we can elevate to such a higher level in everything that we're doing. And then we have so many sponsors this year that are supporting us financially. And those are all on our website, but Walton Family Foundation, Tyson Foods, Walmart, Arvest Foundation, the Bentonville Chamber, Signature Bank, Visit Bentonville, and Brewing, all just really incredible sponsors. Are so grateful to have their support.
I'm not surprised though, right? Because I mean, like you said, you've been here for a while, and I've said that everybody likes to pitch in for programs like these because they do make a difference. And so I'm not surprised to see the names of the people that are on this list. And that is exciting that you have all these people involved. One last thing that I wanted to ask you, and I know Monica, she couldn't be with us today. And she is, for those that don't know Monica, she is someone to know and someone to hear. I mean, very, very informative. And I do want to encourage folks, and we'll put a link in the show notes to the original episode that we did on December 7th of 2023, where both Monica and Margot tag teamed with me, and we had such a great and rich conversation. What else are you hearing on the ground as you connect with people here, even beyond just this event, when it comes to engaging the different cultures that exist and different people that exist here in Northwest Arkansas? What are you hearing on the ground, and what are you hopeful for as far as that's concerned?
Well, I mean, a lot of the feedback that we've received over this last, 8 months in 2024, and especially from our work with the committee and being able to have regular opportunities to connect with the Committee for Belonging and Bridging, we're hearing a lot from them about how grateful they are to have this opportunity to be able to connect with other community leaders, that each of whom is serving, diverse populations across the region. So to be able to have a mechanism for and some time blocked up for that collaboration piece to focus on, okay, where can we lean in more to be collaborating more deeply? How can we better serve one another and then help to share with each of our respective networks and communities that we're tied to about the work that each of us is doing? Because that awareness piece always comes in as crucial. And so I think that's been tremendous. And in our busy lives, in each of us, in all of the nonprofits that are involved in the committee, each one has their mission that they're focused on every day, and we all become so busy. So to really take the time and then to come together, but then to also hear from each of them that there's been immense value in that participating on that committee and taking that time, that's been wonderful. And, like I said, we've developed some deep relationships and friendships through that experience. And I would like to see us be able to grow that even more. We had to start somewhere. We had to start with this committee. But as we look ahead, I would like to see ways that we can grow that approach that we're using, and really to look at building longer bridges with those in the community. That's really that's something that's really exciting to me right now. And I was just delighted to hear that positive feedback from community members that they do see so much value in coming together around this work. But then to think that, we want to just continue to grow that table, grow that engagement. And so I am very hopeful. For that, because it can feel very overwhelming a lot. But to have a group of folks that you can, lean on when you need to lean on others is really important.
Yeah, well, it has to be. I mean, for the work that you do, it has to be a tremendous feeling to see the outpouring of support that you get for events like these, because it just reminds you that, we're not by ourselves in doing this. There are other people that feel the same way that we do about things and how we want to improve our community. And, it's, again, this is not a knock on any other place, but Northwest Arkansas is kind of special. And the thing that I have gleaned in the 5 years of doing this podcast is that, we are trying to do things a little differently. And in doing things a little differently, one of the biggest things is to really connect with people. I teach a class on active listening, and if people don't feel heard and seen, it's hard to get them to reach their full potential. And that goes from young kids to adults, right? It doesn't matter. If young kids don't feel heard, they're not going to reach their full potential. If adults don't feel heard, they're not going to reach their full potential. And programs like this that are, largely sounding boards for the health of the community, where we are, where we want to be, where we hope to be, I think are really important. And the more that we see events like Welcoming Week, and they've got a program coming out here, Weavers, very soon. There's a bunch of different programs that are really focused on community and just connecting with folks, kneecap to kneecap at a table, sitting around talking, learning about what makes you different from me and what makes us similar. And I think it's important for us to have these conversations early and often. So I want to just continue to applaud you. And if anybody wants to help, if anybody feels moved or motivated by what you've shared today and by this overarching message of Welcoming Week, what's the best way for them to connect with you, to say, hey, Margot, I want to help out. What can I do?
Well, first and foremost, come out to an event. Please join us for an event and meet others. Take it as an opportunity to meet others in the community. And of course, contact information is on our website too, and feel free to email me directly. And there's still time. If you're excited about Welcoming Week and want to host an event at your organization, there's still time to add an event. So reach out, let us know what your interests are, and we can let you know how we can support you. We do have some small mini grants that are available to organizations that are participating and that are hosting events. So that's something that can help too. But also, just our team can be of support, and maybe we know of others that we are working with that might also be interested in connecting or engaging. So that's something else that we can offer. And before we go, I did want to make sure to mention another big piece that we're going to be sharing throughout the month of September, and that we've already kicked off, is the Northwest Arkansas Belonging Barometer. So this is just a very short survey that's available on our website at EngageNWA.org/belonging barometer. And it's a really short 10-question survey, but this is all connected to everyone feeling like they belong is crucial for a thriving community. And so we received some support from the Walmart Foundation to develop this barometer. And it's been out, for about a month now, and we're going to keep it open through the end of September. But we wanted to make it very short, very easy to participate in. And it's also available in multiple languages, including Marshallese. But this is just, this is one way to measure belonging. This isn't going to tell us all about the state of belonging in Northwest Arkansas, but it does enable us to gather some data and to have a better picture of what this looks like, and then also to be able to design future programs and work around some of the learnings from this survey. So really want to encourage everyone. There's multiple ways to fill it out. There's an online version. You can also print and download it and mail it, or request a printed copy, or reach out to us for assistance with completion. And we have an outreach toolkit too. So if your organization wants to share this out, we encourage you to do that. We've already had incredible outpouring of support with partner organizations sharing the survey, but we want to get more responses. We want to get as many responses as we can. So please, everyone, we hope that you take it. Probably just 2 minutes to fill out that survey. Very quick.
You've twisted my arm. I'm going to definitely do it right now. So no, you haven't. I'm going to definitely visit EngageNWA.org/belonging barometer. We'll put that in the show notes as well, so people have access to that. But man, it's exciting to see what's happening, and the work that you guys are doing at EngageNWA is very important. And certainly I want to encourage folks, when they come in contact with you, to say thanks and to, give you some encouragement as you continue to push forward and do and add new initiatives to this area. So I want to thank you very, very much on behalf of the citizens of Northwest Arkansas, Margot, for all your hard work, for you and your team and the work that you guys are doing. Because I know sometimes we do things and we ask ourselves, are we making a difference? Is anybody listening? But, I believe that people are listening and you are making a difference. So I want to thank you very much for all the hard work that you're doing here in Northwest Arkansas. So I do want to ask you one last time, just give us your email address real quick. So if anybody needs to email you, they'll be able to do that. And we'll put it in the show notes as well.
Okay. Yeah. It's my first name, Margot, MARGOT, at NWACouncil.org.
Perfect. There you go. And again, we'll put that in the show notes, folks, so you can check that out. Everything that we talked about today will be in the show notes, so you can get that information, and we can make sure that you have all the contact information that you have. And we'll put the link to the Belonging Barometer on our website as well. And again, that's EngageNWA.org/belonging barometer. And then I also want to encourage you guys to go out and check out welcomingweeknwa.org. You can find out more information about all of the programming that Margot and her team have put together for the month of September. There's a lot that's happening. So you guys got about a week or so to rest up before all of this starts taking place in September. Take advantage of it. And if you see Margot at one of those events, let her know that you heard about it first here at the I Am Northwest Arkansas podcast. So Margot Lemaster, thank you so much for joining us. And we do look forward to having another conversation to see how things went.
I so appreciate you. This has been wonderful to be on here with you. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, there you have it, folks. Another episode of the I Am Northwest Arkansas podcast. To learn more about us or to follow us, you can find us on every major podcasting platform. You can visit us at IamNorthwestArkansas.com, and you can sign up for our newsletter, which comes out on a fairly regular basis, and learn more about all the amazing things that are happening right here in Northwest Arkansas, like this event for Welcoming Week with the Northwest Arkansas Council. We really appreciate your support. Remember, tell a friend, share it with them this episode. because they may want to get involved with what the council is doing through EngageNWA. I think you will be glad you did. That's all that we have for you this week. We look forward to seeing you next week on Monday with another brand new episode. Rain or shine, we'll be there. I'm Randy Wilburn, the host of the I Am Northwest Arkansas podcast. Peace.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of I Am Northwest Arkansas. Check us out each and every week, available anywhere that great podcasts can be found. For show notes or more information on becoming a guest, visit IamNorthwestArkansas.com. We'll see you next week on I Am Northwest Arkansas.